home again with my husband. We're just going to explain a little bit how we would teach a horse to go against the clock. People always misassume, I don't know if that's a word, that you know, riding at speed, you have to be going at speed. It isn't really about that at all. It's about taking the shortest route. It's about having the most economical turns, and your horse has to learn that from a young age. You'll hear people say, oh, I don't think it's good that young horses are asked to go against the clock. That's why you see a lot of clear round classes. And I would agree with that. I don't think horses should be asked to gallop at that age, but they should certainly be learning how to jump a fence at an angle, to expect a fence to come at them from any direction. You know, I'm not talking about jumping in straight lines all their lives. They've got to learn how to turn and go and land and turn. It's just so that they learn to become more supple and expect not always to be travelling in the straight line. So it's just various exercises you can do to help them. Some horses are obviously better on one rein than the other. Then you'd maybe have a few fences set in a circle that you can just keep coming on the same rein, get them to relax, get them more supple, get them to use themselves a little bit more in that way. But now we're just going to show you a little bit, some turns and some ways to save a little bit of time around the courses. What I'm going to do now is just a little bit what I said earlier. I mean, there's a course set up out here, and this course hasn't been put here for any specific reason, but there's 3 fences down this end of the arena that are almost on a circle. Not quite, but you know, we will try. But it's, as we were saying earlier, just about getting the horse landing on the right leg, about expecting a fence to come pretty much straight at them. So I'm going to just do a circle around these 3 jumps 2 or 3 times and just see how the horse, you'll see how she reacts. I mean, she's a little bit more experienced, so she's a bit more aware of what might be coming, but even with young horses, it's great not to always jump the course that's set up. It's great to sometimes jump a slightly different route or a fence to a fence that you wouldn't necessarily normally do, just so that they're always just aware of what could be coming. Because you see an awful lot of horses in a jump-off that will turn to a fence and just have absolutely no idea what they're being asked to do, because they've never actually been presented to a fence in any other way but sort of straight on. So we'll see. Just come nice and slowly, look immediately at the next fence. Wasn't quite so good. Getting a little bit quick. That was better. Good girl. You can see that the more times that you did it, the more she was expecting it. So she was already looking for the next fence even a little bit before I was, which is good, which is what you want them to do. The first time she was a bit okay, but by the second or third time she was there and she was waiting for it. So I'll do the same now on the other rein. I'm out of breath. So she just fell in a little bit then. Try and get her to... That was better. That's better. Girl. Same, she was a little bit tense to start with then and almost falling in on me, but then by the end of it she actually was letting you ride around the corners a lot nicer. Don't matter them knocking one down. Right, now we'll do a full course. We're going to do a course full of turns, not necessarily what you'd get Totally, but this is alternating the turns. So I'm going to turn left, then I'm going to turn right, and I'm going to turn left. So she's not going to be able to like that exercise. She could almost, after the first few times, know what was coming. This time it's all going to become a little bit different. But I'm not going to go fast. I'm just going to try and keep it as smooth as possible and as a nice rhythm as I can, but keeping it as tight as I can at the same time. That actually went quite well. As you can see, the horse has just jumped a fairly quick round. I didn't go mad, it was just tight and nice and smooth. And she finishes and she's on a loose rein, she's not het up, she's relaxed because she's what she's used to doing. There's no stress to it, no nothing. So that was just a really nice exercise for her.